and Godzilla vs. Kong. That was like Godzilla, wasn't it? Please welcome Julian Dennison. What's up?
Hello.
You're in New Zealand right now, right?
Yes, I am. I'm in New Zealand right now. I'm chilling out. I'm vibing in my house.
You're glowing. You got a glow to you. You're coming all the way from New Zealand. I got to ask you my first question. What's the vibe in New Zealand right now? Is quarantine done? Is everything just figured out?
Everyone over here is making sure we're keeping everyone accountable. You social distance when you're like ordering a coffee and that. We're just vibing over here, man. It's like we did a really good job at trying to make it a part of our life now.
So, obviously New Zealand has things figured out. You guys are doing better than some other places in the world that shall not be named. But before this interview, I tried really hard to stalk you. I was like, I want to know what he's posting on IG, what he's posting on Twitter, but you don't post that much.
I feel like mentally I was very kind of looking, I felt like I was getting judged a lot. Definitely kind of a fear of what people thought of me, and I went, this stems from social media for sure. Mm-hmm. I swear every time I post an Instagram photo, like just before I'm about to hit post, I'm like, I wonder what people are going to comment. I wonder how many likes I'm going to get. And for me, I was like laying on my bed one day and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a step back. Still gonna post in that, but just not as much. Kind of get my head out of the gutter a little bit.
I love that you're taking that step because you're so right. I feel like the amount of anxiety before posting is like you go through this whole downward spiral. Like, what are they gonna say? Is this good? What are people gonna be offended by? What is gonna happen? You know what I mean? It's so much anxiety. So of course we gotta talk about Godzilla vs. Kong. Congratulations, I watched it. Of course I got myself a little advanced preview and I watched it and it was incredible. But in the film, it's you, and I don't want to spoil for people at home, it's you and Millie Bobby Brown in a lot of scenes together. So what was the process of getting that role? Did you have to do audition together? Did you have to do a chemistry test?
Yeah, so I remember we did a chemistry read. I was in LA at the time, and I think she was doing something in Atlanta. So they're like, hey, we want you to do this chemistry read with Millie. So I was like, okay, cool. So I flew over to Atlanta real quick with my mum. Funny story is, on that plane, Usher was sitting in front of us.
Really?
I haven't said that yet in an interview. So the flight to go to the chemistry read for Godzilla vs. Kong, it was me and my mum, and Usher was sitting in front of us, and I got to meet Usher. Anyway, fly to Atlanta, and we do the chem read, and we actually did Romeo and Juliet, which was pretty awkward, like when you first meet someone, and you had to read each other for Romeo and Juliet.
So wait, you didn't read lines from the movie? You read Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, it was like, I think it was a scene that was based off Romeo and Juliet, but it was like, it's like, like he looks up at window and reads out to window, said character, and then they're like, they kiss at the end. Then we're just standing, like Adam Wingard's chilling over here with the producers, and there's a camera, and him and Millie are standing there. We're like, whoa. And like my mum's there and her parents are there, and we're like, we'll just hug, yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, they made you, I guess, because how were you going to get Godzilla and Kong in the audition room? This makes sense, I guess. What else were they going to do?
Yeah, no, the room wasn't big enough.
Right, you're right.
And then I remember walking out of the chemistry read, and one of the producers was standing there with a thick chunk of paper and a pen, and yeah.
Oh, really? So right then and there, after you did the read, they said, it's yours?
Yeah.
Wow. And is that the first read you did, or how many steps were there?
No, that was about it. And then I remember going home, and then there was like a lot of like kind of Skype calls, and finally I was talking to Adam, and I didn't meet Brian Tyree Henry, who's another amazing actor, until we got on set. But no, it was a pretty fun time.
Well, congratulations, that's amazing. So in the movie, even though Millie in real life has a British accent, she is playing an American in the movie, but you keep your accent. You keep your New Zealand accent, and so did that ever mess Millie up because she had to put on an American accent, but you were using your New Zealand accent?
Yeah. She used to like go in and out of it during takes. So like there's like serious scenes in the movie, and me and Brian are like cracking jokes in the middle of it, like in the middle of this like destroyed city, like cracking jokes, and Millie's trying to like get into scene, and she's like, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
So really supportive castmates, really supportive.
Yeah, really supportive. Just like we all work together, and we're just trying to uplift people. You know what I mean?
I love it. And so, can you do an American accent?
No, it's terrible. Like every time I think of it, I just think of America.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty accurate. Can you
Yeah,
can you do a Canadian accent? It's like the American accent but smarter.
I spent like a year in total over in Vancouver shooting stuff, so it's like, hey, are you Canadian, eh? And it's just so like, they always say that A at the end of
Yeah,
stuff.
we do love the A. It's true. But you're pretty good. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I think you get it.
Thanks for the support,
Yeah,
but
of course, I got you.
I don't want to disrespect you.
No, I am a Canadian that lives in America. I'm disrespecting myself. So I want to show everyone at home a quick clip from Godzilla vs. Kong. Check it out.
To be clear, my brother can never know we took his van.
Josh, to be clear, even if we got into an accident, I don't think he can tell.
No, my brother would never let you drive either.
My mission, my wheel.
I just don't think it's a good idea looking for some secret weirdo off the internet. I mean, we just had an assembly about this.
He's not a weirdo. He's a covert investigator, and he's the only one looking for the truth about Godzilla and Apex.
So let him look. Why do we have to help him?
Because if we don't, nobody else will. Are you coming or not?
Obviously, I'm coming. Stop. Wait!
Did you jump into a moving vehicle for real?
No, I didn't. I obviously, there's rules and regulations and movies about the cast and actors.
You can't move the table, can't fall on the
Like
ground.
we shot that in Hawaii, and we weren't allowed to like try surfing because apparently it was too dangerous. Because we could have like drowned or something.
What's the point of going to Hawaii?
I'm trying to surf up right here. I'm trying to be a penguin, but I guess.
So you in Deadpool 2 and Godzilla vs. Kong, you're obviously, there's a lot of special effects, and especially in Godzilla vs. Kong, there's a lot of things that are not there that you are acting with. What is the actual experience for people that I've never shot with like monsters and huge things? What is the actual experience? Like, what are you seeing on set?
So it's normally just like a laser pointer, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're there. And it's just this guy holding a tennis ball, and you're like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And then it's just like, I don't know. So it's normally just like a tennis ball, or like a laser pointer, or like a big green screen with a little X on it. So like Adam Wingard, an amazing director, he would have like a big speaker, and it would be like me, Brian Milley, and we'd all be looking up at these giant monsters, and he'd basically just walk us through it. He'd be like, rah, Godzilla punches Kong in face. Like, Kong jumps on building. Rah! And we're just like, oh. So some days I would be standing there being like, what am I doing with my life? Acting to a brick wall. But it turned out amazing and the film great.
So did he actually do like Godzilla and Kong's voice? When he go, "Urgh"?
Yeah. There's this one, there's this one scene where we see this big thing appear in this arena. And yeah, he's just like,
You're like, got it, of course, yeah, that makes sense.
like, cool, man, you can stop now. Stop.
Thanks so much for watching this clip, and thank you even more for supporting The Underdog. If you want to subscribe to this channel, you can click right over there. For more clips just like this one that are hilarious, you can click right over there. Hopefully, if someone did their job, those things are there. We'll see.